All right, so when you're ready to start, we'll have so-and-so.
Welcome to Life Around 40, where we dive into history.
Hang on. Do I still have a Halloween shit set up?
Oh, we do show us as live right now.
It is live. Yeah, it's just playing the bullshit intro song.
Sounds so much like.
Dude, I haven't even had a chance to listen to it. It is what it is today.
Oh God.
We'll get off of it as soon as we can.
Are we on it right now? We are. Hi, we're live. Life Around 40.
We're old.
Certainly got that boomer vibe going.
Boomer.
That's me.
Yeah.
I am the watcher. I am the watcher.
I am he who watches. I bet you
we are
do,
live
Graham.
now. We are live now. Let me go back to the starting soon screen. Woo!
Great. Well done. Well done.
It's out there for the world to see now. All right.
Oh Lord.
Go ahead and hit live. It's too late. We're dumbasses. So I got Julie here working the.
Rolling.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lloyd's
Julie's
been
here
hot,
working the
baby.
keys
Come on now.
for us.
All right.
Graham, it's live. You better start to
Smooth
buck up, soldiers.
Sailing.
Everybody,
Hey,
this is the
everybody.
Live Around 40 podcast. Welcome to episode 92.
Yes, exactly.
We got the six of us
Welcome to the
back
Life Around
together
40.
again for another one.
It's true. So I don't even need to intro it, right? We're good.
I guess.
Everybody,
No, did you
welcome
ever
to
hit
Life Around
wide?
40. This is episode 14. I don't
Hang on,
know how
Burns.
this is going to go. Oh, God. He's going to have to still edit this.
Yeah, it's not taking my wide button.
Isn't that the worst?
Yeah, I guess.
So we're just dead air right now?
No,
We
now
would've been
you're
fired
live.
from the
Now you're
radio.
live. Fuck it. It's
All right.
definitely not that button's definitely not working today. So
Welcome to
gonna have
Life
to fix the
Around
link.
40. If Drew would shut up, I can get the podcast intro going here.
it ain't working. So you go do what you need to.
Episode 14. Welcome. Super professional start to the show.
Nah, we suck ass. This
We'll
is a
get
late
there.
start.
We'll get there.
Late start, you know, I'm the one that looks goofy, but you're the fucking turkeys that are just...
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Taylor, you got a cock on your head.
I beg your pardon.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how are we tonight, gentlemen? Drew, you were telling us earlier you're not having the best evening, or the best day, I should say.
I'm kind of cranky.
Cranky. You're not really showing it, I'll give you that. So, that's
Well,
good.
I mean, we had such a fab start, you know.
I just crushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, crushed it.
Just crushed it.
We had a fab start, so we got that to look forward to tonight. My stream deck isn't stream decking. I don't know what to say. Like, I see all the pictures, it's just not doing a damn thing.
No, we can worry about it. As long as everybody can see us, all of us, and not just me. That would be preferable. Hopefully, it's not stuck on just one of us.
God, you know what? It might
we're
be.
good.
It's just
We're
right on you.
That would be
Okay.
funny. I'd be
It would
okay
be.
with that.
Just the whole show.
It's
Sitting
stuck on you.
While you guys are talking. Good point.
Just
That sounds
Graham
about right.
all to himself all night.
Welcome to Life Around 39.
Oh, Lord.
Taylor, how was your day, bud?
It's been good. Like, I've been, all sorts of... What have you done? I'm looking at this now. This is a mess. This is a
What do you mean
mess.
it's a mess?
It's a
Oh
mess.
God, I did something.
You've
Oh wow.
Oh, Lord.
I fixed it.
Good thing I'm looking at it to see. Oh boy.
I know what's wrong with the deck. I had to I got a new router So as a 40-year-old, I had to get a new wireless router, and now my computer has a new address, so all of my links on my key don't work. So I have to redo that apparently.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, it's been good. Yeah, nothing too fanciful. I was talking to you earlier, Graham, but I'm going to attempt to make capes a fashion again.
It's
just a portable blanket. Like, come on now.
I feel like that's an uphill battle.
I don't care.
I mean, if you could maybe not use the word cape and maybe mantle. Maybe
but it doesn't have the.
Yeah, it needs the fur.
Well, the fur, the fur and the shoulder, more prominence in the shoulders. So
it needs shoulder pads.
It needs shoulder pads. Yeah, I need to be like an 80s businesswoman. But yeah, no, like it's been good. I've been rifling off a bunch of texts and stuff because I'm getting things together for a different one shot in like about a week and a half or so. So I'm getting all that situated. And as I was telling Graham, I was talking with one coworker, and she was like, "My roommate's interested in this." I'm like, "Oh no." So
stop opening your mouth around people. See, what you're too nice, and people are just attracted. Not, they're just attracted to your presence.
Yeah. I get that. It is a weird dichotomy, the juxtaposition between being half deaf gremlin child and people like just kind of unload everything about for whatever reason I have that presence.
You're a very magnetic person.
That's
the word I'd use.
Sure, magnetic.
Yes.
I don't know if that's quite the word I'd use. But...
not the attach, like the repel kind of magnetism, right?
Oh, yeah.
The other way, yeah. It's just,
that is true. That's a very good point, Drew.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. The positive charges.
See, that was way above my head. I just knew they were opposite of the attractive side.
Well,
is it negative to positive, and then positive to positive repel, negative repel, or what? I was just taking.
I don't know. I suck.
That's all.
I suck with magnets.
So do I. I suck with science in general. So, not my cup of tea, if you will.
Yep. No. So, Graham, do you want to explain why we're live streaming? Do you want to do that?
Because we're lazy.
I mean, that is true.
Well, I would say busy. I'd say busy is the more correct term.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can gloss. But we can, put lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig. So, now I'd say the main reason is we did the Halloween live stream. It turned out pretty well. It was a lot less work when it comes to editing on Drew, that kind of thing. Helps him speed that stuff up. So I think we're just going to start doing the live streams now on Tuesday nights. People can watch it whenever they want later on the channel. And we'll also still be releasing an audio version on the podcast channels as well. So
next week. In fact, we'll start that again next week.
Yes, that'll be next week. So with the Halloween live stream, we did not record separately. A little behind the scenes magic. But to try to keep the podcast audio nice and clean, we are recording that separately as well. So expect it to be better than the YouTube audio if you listen via podcast. So hopefully, if you're listening that way right now, I am not a liar, and it does sound better. So,
as long as you can get the words out, that's
barely, as you can tell. So it's been a struggle since we started.
I broke my stream deck. I messed up the screen size.
I feel like we were getting the same product, just we're going to have to put in less behind the scenes work. So there's no reason not to do it. Plus, if we are live streaming currently, if people want to tune in, we'll have a set time kind of when we're going to live stream. People can pop in and talk or whatever. Maybe get a little more interaction. So
I'm going to learn how to set up a schedule so it announces we'll be going live at 8:00 Central,
pretty easy.
9 o'clock. Yeah, so I just have to take the time. This just hasn't been. I've been driving all over Houston the last 2 weeks, and when I mean Houston, I mean like Port Arthur, Katy, Galveston. Like I'm not in town.
Yeah, you're out and around. And also, we weren't sure what we were going to do tonight, so I didn't want to post anything. But I'll also start putting out social media posts saying, "Hey, we're live streaming at this time, Tuesday night or whatever." I'm thinking we're still probably going to try to do the podcast release on Monday.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
That's something we'll discuss. So, but yeah, that I would say that's why is we're getting the same product with, I would say, about half the amount of work. So why not? We're doing this for fun and for free. It's not like we're getting paid to do it. So might as well maximize our efficiency. It's very German of us. So
I work for a German company. So
I have a little German in me. So we're good. The good German. I have the good German in me. So they left before the war. Okay.
On a fun note, I introduced my kids to Honey, We Shrunk the Kids today, or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Oh, they loved it. And then over the weekend,
it is classic.
It's a great Rick Moranis shout out, great guy.
Yeah.
And then over the weekend, I introduced them to Back to the Future 1, as it was the 40th anniversary of the original movie.
Wow.
They had it locally playing in 4D. The seats moved, and it blew wind in your face and crap. Cool. I wasn't able to go. We were just busy. We were at the park and doing all sorts of other crap, and I just didn't feel like going back out.
So have you guys ever been able to do one of those 4Ds? I've always wanted to try it. I've never been able to do it. I've heard they're pretty cool, though.
That sounds like it would just annoy the living hell out of me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I'd like it.
Okay.
So I would say the closest thing I've had is down in Disney World. They have rides that kind of do that. There's one called Soarin'. You sit in the seat and everything sits horizontal. And then as the show starts, the whole assembly like turns vertical. So everybody's like stacked on top of each other. And the seats move and sway. And you're essentially hang gliding through. I think the ones I was on was originally, the first one I rode was through California. And then they did it like across the country. And they would like blow wind. And they would, when you flew through like the orange groves in California, they would put orange scent into the air. So it blew past you and it smelled like the orange trees. So that was pretty cool. I doubt it's to that level, but it's got to be fairly close, I would imagine. I've heard there's some movies that are really worth going and checking that out in, though. So
sure. Her Top Gun Maverick was fantastic.
I bet that would have been.
Yeah.
For sure. We've talked about this before. I really get to the theater anyways, so it would have to be. That's like. Did you guys see they announced they're doing Godzilla -0 now? I know I screwed it up the one time I said -0 originally. But they're doing -0 now. If they did that one in 4D, I think that would be a cool one to do in 4D.
Dude,
like the full rumble and everything.
-1 was outstanding.
I love that movie so much. So, in fact, I loved it so much that I ordered, when they released the very first copy of the 4K, I think it's the 4K that you get in America, that came out like a couple months after the one in Japan. None of the supplemental like booklets and stuff that came with it are in English. They're all in Japanese. So and there's no dubbing over it. It's all subtitles. But I ordered that like almost from Japan. I liked it so much. It's a great movie. Love that movie.
I have the English translation one. Really brings back to my childhood and all those black and white Godzillas.
Okay.
They did a great job with that, really.
Yeah. I heard the negative side is that scar on her neck, that was whatever thing made Godzilla mutate, and so she's not going to be well, that lady.
Yeah, I think they were definitely foreshadowing that something's going to happen to her. So it kind of felt that, I will say that is the one part of the movie I didn't love. It didn't bother me, but I didn't love it. There's no reason for her to survive that. I felt like it was kind of a throw-in, and if they were going to do that, I don't know why they had her foreshadowing being sick. it's like it was already kind of like a tall order to believe that she survived that. And I think they were just trying to tie in a nice ending on the end of it because the guy's been through so much. But yeah, I was like, I don't know that I love that move, but it wasn't near enough to ruin that movie by any stretch. That movie is incredibly good. Yes. So, and I've heard a lot of people say it's one of the first Godzillas. They were really successful in injecting that human story in. Usually it's Godzilla's story. I really felt like that one was equally Godzilla's story as the main character and the humans in it as well. Man, my throat is really dry tonight.
Now, did you see Shin Godzilla?
I did.
I really enjoyed that one. It was much more of a political kind of movie.
Yes,
it was
for sure.
very
interesting. It was very much commentary on their politics. It's a lot more bleak too, I felt like.
Oh,
it was a very bleak movie. So.
Oh yeah, Godzilla's not dead. He's gonna come back and be pissed off.
Have you seen the behind the scenes stuff where they showed, because he was going through those phases, as he was evolving?
And his
Have you
tail.
seen like the ones they never, they didn't actually add to the movie, but they had like were pre-planning to possibly do? He turns into almost like a humanoid figure.
Yeah, his tail.
Really
he was gonna be smaller Godzillas.
And I think they were all going to turn like more human-like as they evolved. Dude, that movie, that is the first Godzilla I've watched that I was like, this Godzilla is actually creepy. It's like actually scary. So could you imagine that thing? Like, I mean, the other one's going to kill you. That's scary enough.
I would just try to
just
befriend
the look
him.
of Shin with Godzilla was crazy. Good luck.
Yeah.
You should try that with a Cloverfield monster. Let me know how that goes too. So, did you guys like Cloverfield at all?
I did.
The original?
I was upset at the open ending. Like, I wanted to see. I like conclusions. Now,
You like resolution? Yeah.
yes, good or bad. The monster wins. The people die. The people live. The monster. I don't care. I just like finality.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah, it can be frustrating to get that kind of open ended. Like, well, it's whatever the viewer decides. It's like, come on, give me something here.
Like, what was the one movie? Oh God, Leonardo DiCaprio, Sleeping People, Inception.
Oh, yes.
But see, so the plot was given away because Christopher Nolan told Michael Caine, whatever scene you're in is reality. Yeah, and so since Michael Caine,
read that.
And that was a secret that only Michael Caine knew, but he released it after the fact.
Which, it's kind of cool because afterwards he gave some finality to it, but you'd have to be paying attention. Because I absolutely love that movie.
It was a great movie.
Love that movie so much. The music in that movie too. I'll sometimes just pull up the soundtrack and listen to it. I like the music so much in that movie. Yeah, it's Christopher Nolan, right? I think you said his name earlier.
Oh yeah, it's Nolan. I mean, look at the cast. It was half the Batman cast was in that movie. Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Michael Caine, Talia al Ghul. Like they were, Cillian Murphy. Yeah,
that movie did not mess at all.
I think even the Asian guy was in. He was the guy that the fake Ra's al Ghul in Batman Begins.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. What was the second one? The last one he did. I remember talking about this
Tenet. Tenet.
That's the one I didn't like as much just because I didn't understand it.
Watch it in
reverse. You said you really enjoyed it. Yes.
Don't really watch it in reverse, but you have to watch that movie 3 times, and then you're like, this is really good.
Okay. I've only seen it once, so maybe I need to sit down and watch it 2 more times then. I love the production value. Like, I thought it was a super interesting movie. Like, I enjoyed it. I just did not understand it. When I was done, I was like, I don't really know what's going on. Like, the action pieces were great, everything was great in it. So
watching a guy fight himself in reverse as he fights him and it's trippy.
It's like that and Interstellar, which is another great movie. They're just so heady though, you know what I mean? It's
heady.
A lot flies right over my head because I'm a moron. So
yeah,
as I've openly admitted many times.
I really liked God, what was the name of the movie again with Matthew McConaughey? Interstellar. Really liked it, but like I hated the 40 room thing at the end. I didn't like that part. I wish they could have done something a little bit more grounded to the rest of it, because a lot of the science was really cool. And then you had that. I'm like, it's kind of dumb.
That's another soundtrack, which I believe the same guy did both of them. He's super famous. I just can't think of his name right now.
Zimmer. Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack. I think.
Hans Zimmer. Yeah. He does incredible stuff, especially those 2 movies. I absolutely love the work he did there. I think he did Gladiator as well.
I mean, he's done a ton of stuff.
I feel like when I talk to fans of Interstellar, they're like Rick and Morty fans. They're like, "Oh, you're not smart enough to get it. You're just too stupid to get it." And it's like, whatever, bud.
The best part is
you got to be super intelligent. Yeah, you got to be super
clue.
intelligent to love Rick and Morty. It's like, okay, it's a cartoon. Let's relax. I like it. It's funny. It's chill. All right. So, how about you, Taylor? Watch any new movies lately?
No. Nope.
Good for you.
No, I've been getting on my writing and stuff. So
yeah, that's what you said. You've been writing a lot lately.
Yeah.
About damn time.
Yeah. Actually, no. I had kind of fallen off the wagon for a bit with it. So no, it's been good to get back into that. And then, that and there was somebody. It's kind of like a pen pal of mine. I hadn't talked to him for a bit, and then he had been away, and he said he was going to be away for a while, and then I was sending him some emails like about a month ago, month and a half, 2 months. I was like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going? Where you at?" Nothing. I'm like, oh, hello. And then he finally got back to me, so I was like, okay, good. And then I shared with him synopsis and stuff that I've got for not the one I'm working on, but part 3 and stuff, just because it's like, okay, kind of incentivize me to keep on with that and stuff. So yeah, so it makes it really hard to like sit there and try to watch something, or even playing something. I've played a tiny bit of a game, like on Monday night. I'll play with a couple friends online, but really beyond that, that plus putting one-shot stuff together, I really don't have an interest in stuff and watching a movie or anything like that. So
sure.
You talking about a buddy you haven't talked to in a while, for some reason made me think about writing letters to people that you haven't talked to in a while. Do you guys? So kind of what brought this up is, I've talked about my cousin many times who lives in Japan. I was going to start, and I only did it once, and I want to do it again, but I was going to start writing her handwritten letters and sending them over, because you can get international stamps as long as it's under a certain weight for pretty cheap. And I had like taught myself how to write her address in kanji and in Japanese, so I could write it on the envelope, and then I would write it in English as well below it. And I was handwriting her letters, and I need to start doing it again. I was going to try to do it once a month or every 2 months or so, and I just haven't done it in a long time. Would you guys miss like getting letters from friends? I know when that was a thing, we didn't really get them that many because we were so young. Do you think that's like a lost art at all?
I don't know.
Because everything's now like phone call and texts and emails, like sitting down and actually handwriting somebody a letter.
I still do that with people.
I don't even know if I know how to write anymore.
It's taught me how bad my handwriting is. I know that. It's reminded me. I've always known. I have to really go slow to make it legible.
Yeah.
But the one time I did it, it was so enjoyable that it's like, I don't know why I'm not doing this more. Because imagine if suddenly somebody, a good friend or somebody you haven't talked to in a while, a handwritten letter from them showed up. That'd be wild. I mean, that feeling would be like, oh my God,
my mother has to call. Hey, did you get the cards for the kids? What cards? The ones I sent in the mail. The mail.
What's the mail? That's my Aunt Cheryl. She sends the girls cards still every year for all the different holidays. I don't think I've ever sent a card in my life. And we still have friends that will mail like Christmas photo cards or whatever. We have friends that do that. I don't think I've given a card to somebody personally like 4 times in my life.
I suck at it. Giver. I don't enjoy it. Like going out and spending $7 on something, someone's gonna read like, oh, well, there wasn't a check in it, and they just throw it away.
Well, and that's why, kind of with the handwritten letter thing, like, say it was your birthday, would you rather get a card from somebody, or if somebody sat down and took the time to like write you a letter of why they appreciate you and what their friendship means? I mean, that's because I have done that. I have given letters before.
I'm not gonna lie. If I got a letter from you or Taylor, I would think, oh my God, they're dying.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like they couldn't
God.
say this. They don't want to type it. Like, are those teardrops on the paper? Like, oh shit.
That's
Logan, we're going to Ohio.
I was eating a burger.
Sorry, that was a wild tangent. It just, when you were talking about that, I was like,
I
really feel like we lost it.
No, see, I write by hand still. Like, I have to write the story by hand, so like it's
because fuck trees, right?
Well,
And
yes,
in general.
but no, big part of it is I can't think. I can't think if I'm just trying to like type it out. Like, I gotta write it by hand.
That's fair.
It's the way it focuses my brain.
For sure.
So
I get that.
That's fair. All right.
That was,
yeah, no.
Oh, go ahead.
When I write, it is the worst. Like, absolutely, I have lost the motor control. Like, I really have to focus. And then my finger hurts in like a minute.
Well, and you know, my issue is, and part of this might be yours too, is when I handwrite, my brain is so far ahead of my hand that I start screwing it up because my brain and hand aren't synced correctly.
I've never thought about it that way, but I mean, I can type so fast. Like, why would I bother writing anything?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of it too. So, and because I type fast, but I make errors all the time, it kind of keeps me present. Whereas when I'm writing, I don't care about the errors as much, and I just, you know what I mean? I'm not going to mistype a key when I write.
Yeah.
So then my T's roll into my R's, and it's just awful. It looks like a big slob on the page. But handwriting, when I was learning the kana, the hiragana and katakana, that's what helped me pick it up so fast. Excuse me. Is I would handwrite it every time I would sit and just write it over and over and over, and that helped it ingrain it in my head. I don't think I could have learned it as quick as if I had just done flashcards without writing.
I believe that.
That helped a lot. So.
Yeah, that's the only way that stuff sticks in my head any longer is if I write it down.
There's proof to that. They say if you want to memorize stuff, write it down.
Yeah, that's.
So.
Oh, chug that. Keep going.
You thirsty bitch, you.
I have to go take a drug test tomorrow, so I'm trying to stay hydrated.
Is that it, or you're trying to flush out that system?
Got to dilute the pool. You know?
Oh Lord.
Shit's legal in Ohio. No one cares, right?
Yeah, my medicine has kicked a false positive.
I was gonna say, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, it was when I was getting my badge for OSU. It came back positive for marijuana. And then I had to go get my blood drawn to clear it. I had to go do a blood test. And it was funny because I went to the local hospital here in Delaware, and I had been going there for months and months getting weekly, couple of times a week, blood draws for my heart transplant afterwards. When I got transferred back up, I would have to go get my blood drawn very often. So I got to know the ladies working in the phlebotomy lab there, the blood lab. And so I went in, and I was like, oh, I think I had gone in for my pee test there too. No, I did that at the doctor's office. So I go in, and I was getting some other blood drawn or whatever, and they were like, yeah, we saw in your chart that you had a blood test that you failed the marijuana panel. And I was like,
you just didn't study hard enough for that test.
And they were like, I was like, yeah, I'm not sure what caused that. I was like, and actually, while I'm here, can I get a blood draw for that as well? And one of the ladies I talk to all the time, she's like, are you sure you don't want to wait a couple of days to come back? I was like, shut up, get in the room. It's like, just draw the blood. She's like, you sure? We can wait. I'm like, get away from me. So that says something about you when you know the ladies that draw the blood that well. How often you've been in there. So they're nice people over there. So
Mm.
hopefully I don't have to do that again. It wasn't a big deal, but it was a pain in the butt because I had to call my doctor. What the heck happened? You know, and she's like, sometimes it happens. She goes, we'll just do a blood draw. I'm like, all right. So
Graham, you all right? Your allergies, your eyes are real bloodshot and stuff.
what? Those Funyuns?
Oh Lord.
So
Don't know what happened. Yeah.
Scout's honor.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, do we
think
want to
that's
jump into a
Scout's honor.
topic this week?
Yeah, I think it's time. I was just getting ready to switch. So
I think we're 30 minutes deep. Yes,
Well, I mean,
we're 30
to be
minutes
fair,
deep.
15 of it was
tomfoolery. Yeah.
Well,
something.
Godzilla is not tomfoolery. Taylor.
I was more so just meaning
you
how
are
botched it was. Just getting
what
What
do
do
you
you mean? It
situated.
was we stuck the
Smooth
landing.
sailing.
Oh yeah, totally.
Smooth
That's,
sailing.
smooth.
All right, buddy.
We're all
Yeah.
learning.
This is off.
Gobble gobble. All right, so yeah, I've got the topic, and of course, I'm going to be the boring one this time around. I wanted to talk a little bit about the history stuff. Like, just you find history interesting. I know, Graham, you had mentioned I think it might even come up on the podcast at some point about the whole, getting asked, like, how often do you think about
Think of the Roman Empire?
Which is just, it's funny. I mean, sure, that this is now what a year and a half ago, 2 years or whatever, when that was going around.
I think so. Yeah.
Something like that. But it's just kind of, like, so my brother, he's big into the whole Roman thing, so it's kind of like, it's a little unfair to ask him. But I like history, he likes history, but we like it for very different reasons. So, like, I find history interesting, but more so in the sense of, like, the historical stuff, in the details of, like, who won this battle and stuff. I don't really care so much about that. I kind of like the religiosity, or the cultural aspect. It's like, how did these people try to piece everything together? What did they think of the world around them? To me, that's much more of a fascinating thing. So more like anthropology, I guess, may kind of skew more towards and stuff, as opposed to, hey, battle going on. These people killed these people. Okay. There's a lot of that.
Sure.
I
So
can respect that.
yeah, but I was gonna say, for the twos of yous, what's do you cares for history at all? Is there?
So I'm going to give you a joke answer first, then I'm going to give you a real answer. So
You
I
should
thought
have
about the
just
Roman.
left it with the joke one, but
I thought about the Roman Empire the other day. I saw the movie Truth and Treason in theaters. It's an Angel Studios production, and a trailer had it's another Nazi movie coming out. Like Nazi officers are going through hearings to see, if they can, be released or if they're going to go to jail. And the lead Nazi guy in this is Russell Crowe. And I'm like,
okay.
Jesus, look, that guy ate Maximus. Like, he's getting so big. And I love Russell Crowe, but I was like, damn. Like,
Oh yeah.
and then so I thought about poor Maximus and how, he was eaten by that man. So that's the joke answer, but yes, I did think about the Roman Empire because I thought about Maximus.
Of course.
But yeah, absolutely. But no, I actually do really enjoy history. What sickens me is how much history seems to repeat itself with absolute idiots throughout the world. You think people would learn, but really it's just everybody learns in their own time, and it just is going to repeat itself forever.
Well, what's the popularized quote by Twain there? The history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes.
Oh, I've never heard that before. I like
I
that.
like it though. I do
Yeah,
like it.
But you have that, and I think I think there's, I can't paraphrase it. Well, I can't quote it, but I'll paraphrase it. There's a Tolkien line about, the evils that they try to vanquish. They can only go so far. Like, whatever tomorrow brings, whether it's stormy weather or what, is up to them. So we can only do so much. And as frustrating as it may be that things are repeated, it's kind of like, well, unfortunately, that's a lesson that they're just going to have to learn.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I totally understand the frustrations with that, because it's just like, okay, really, we're doing this again.
But I'd say more than the Roman history, I enjoy Egyptian history.
Okay.
All right,
those guys were crazy. I mean, the think that the pyramids were energy production, instead of tombs. I've seen a few shows on. There was like, when you go through one of them, there's a tunnel system like going vertical, and it looks like there was an explosion, and they're like, was this an electrical explosion? Is that why it's scorched on the inside the way it is? And that's what Tesla was trying to get to with his free energy for the world, which is why he was basically blackballed and, drugged down through the mud. Because, if electricity and energy was free, then how would you ever make money?
Make billions and billions of dollars. Yeah.
Trying to get us killed, Drew.
Seriously, can you tone it down a little?
No, because I also, with history comes conspiracy theories, which coupled conspiracy with history is so damn good. It's
It can be
titillating.
very, very fun. Yeah.
Yeah, because aliens made the pyramids. They didn't really.
Have you tried Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Drew?
No.
Not Odyssey.
No.
The one before that.
Would it
It's set
matter?
in ancient. It's set in ancient Egypt, and it's really cool. You can climb the pyramids and stuff.
Thought the premise that you're a guy going back in VR and imagining you're back there was stupid.
So they've taken most of that out of those games.
Because
now
it was
you're just
stupid.
playing a person. Yeah, now you're just playing a person in that time. But the reason I brought it up is there's what they call a tour mode in that game, and they were using it in schools as well, where you turn on this tour mode, and it removes all the combat and like the gaming part of it, and you can just walk around and tour the whole area. And there's going to be like audio logs of pieces of information. There's going to be stuff you can read that talk about the pyramids and stuff. And like I said, they were using it in some schools as like a learning tool for ancient Egypt.
That would be neat.
Assassin's Creed Origins. That's what it's called. Origins.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. If you're really into that kind of time period, it's a fun game. So it's pretty neat. They do an incredible job with it. And Odyssey is the one set in ancient Greece. That's what Odyssey is in Greece. So
that makes sense. Like that's what I like, is like the Odyssey or old tales like that. Those are always really fun to
They're
to
fantastic
read.
tales. They are.
well, and I think like with the joke of how many times do you think about the Roman Empire? Well, Western civilization is so based upon the Roman Empire, and what we learned from ancient Greece and stuff. It's kind of hard not to think about it all the time because it's so ingrained in our culture.
I mean, what do you think a football game is in a giant stadium? Or right? Those are the modern
even just
day
the word
gladiators.
stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the word stadium. Yeah, exactly. So it's hard not to think about it, I feel like. So
The did you ever see the video of, I think it was a German kid who climbed the pyramids and had a GoPro on?
I saw a snippet of it. He got in trouble.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For
He
sure.
got put on the
He'll
naughty
like
list
that.
for that one.
they don't like that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see, and just how expansive everything is, looking up and that.
I'll say the gladiators of today are a lot, they're rich and a lot more bitchy than the ones back then. So, a bunch of divas. Just play your damn sport and shut up.
Well, and what I think is interesting, and it kind of plays a little into the conspiracy thing, but not really, is how much we still don't understand about history, or we're misreading it or misinterpreting it. We think something happened this week. We think. But then there's been plenty of times where we've been proven wrong in that sense. And
Sure.
that's like Christopher Columbus is a great one. For the longest time, we believe Christopher Columbus was the first person to arrive in the Americas. But then we found evidence that a Viking named Leif Erikson actually seems to have come over from Iceland. And I think he maybe stopped at Greenland. I could be wrong. or he came from like Greenland, one of the two. But there's evidence that he landed in like somewhere in Canada before that. So that's one thing I find interesting about history is we're constantly kind of upsetting what is the status quo of history. These old ruins, they're still finding places that are dating stuff even farther back. I was reading that they found traces of copper mining in Lake Michigan that they're like, the way we're dating this, we had no idea people were able to do this back then. You know, I'm trying to think of the time periods, but it's so cool to constantly see these things pop up like, well, this is what we thought it was, but this is telling us something different. So I've always found that part, if you want to call it, kind of some of those start as kind of conspiracy theories, and then they kind of prove out. Some don't. Some are still highly debated. Migration patterns, I feel like, in certain sects are still very highly debated of how did humanity spread. You know, I still feel like there's a lot of talk about that, especially when it comes to the America side, because there's evidence of people in areas of certain peoples in areas they never thought were there yet.
Yep.
So I've always found that portion of it interesting. I would say history in general for me, I kind of skew a little with Taylor in the sense of I do find culture stuff very interesting, cultural stuff. But I'll be honest, I'm a warhead. I like reading about conflict and wars and battles. That's the stuff that really interests me. That's when I usually am reading about something or researching something. It's like I'm very interested in World War I, World War II, the Civil War, War of Independence. And I also, when it comes to cultural stuff, I like to learn about cultures that my background is from. So Scotland, Ireland, England. I want to learn about ancient Scotland and ancient England, and what Germany was like back when it was the Holy Roman Empire, stuff like that. So I'm a little all over the place. I love history. I've loved history for as long as I can remember. My dad was a huge history guy. I think he's a big reason why I like it as much as I do. My grandpa was a big military history buff. He loved military history stuff. So a lot of it I got from family members. And luckily, I've kind of passed that down to at least one daughter. I think Maddie kind of finds it interesting. Chloe, she really enjoys learning about history. I take them down to the Ohio Historical Center a couple times. They love going down there. My dad used to take me down there when I was a kid. So yeah, it's always been a part of my life, and I've always read about history. And it was kind of funny. We were down in Tennessee after my transplant while I was still doing my recovery, and my Aunt Cheryl came down and stayed with me. And obviously I known her my whole life, but we've never had a lot of chances to just like sit and talk for a couple days at a time, just the two of us, while she was staying with me down there. And she's like, you are interested in so many things that I never realized. She told me that later. She was like, you have interest in so many different areas that I never even thought of you being interested in. And she's like, because she's not a big history person. And I talked her ear off about history for like 2 days. And I'm sure she was dying internally. But she was like, it was so cool to learn that about you and like the stuff that you're interested in. And I got to find out a lot of stuff that she's interested in. And so little sidebar there. But it's super fun, especially when you find somebody else who's interested. I mean, you can just go on and on and on. So, no, I really enjoy reading about all of it. And I feel like the joke, too, is like once you hit a certain age, suddenly you're interested in, like, World War II. So, like, you can tell you're going to be 37 or 36 because suddenly you care about World War II. So.
I mean, that war literally shaped the world after.
Oh, for sure. Well, and I also don't think World War I gets enough credit either. World War I was awful. And it did have a lot of cultural shifting as well. It was very culturally significant. It's just the largest conflict in the history of conflicts happened, 30 years later? You know what I mean? So it's like it got buried a little.
It doesn't help that they're like, this is the war to end all wars.
Yeah, not quite. But I think also there's a bit of an American slant there too, because we were not nearly as involved in World War One as we were in World War Two. So growing up in America, we're going to hear a lot more about World War Two. Whereas in like, I've heard in England, it's a much bigger thing because their sacrifice and they fought so much more in that war. It left a bigger impression on them. And like in France, than it does for Americans. You know, our part was it was significant, but it was not nearly as significant as World War II. So.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I at times they're interesting, but those ancient alien things really draw my ire sometimes.
Why?
Because it's
wild. It's aliens. I'm not saying
yes.
it's aliens, but it's aliens.
That's
why. I mean, there it does at least open a window to be like, okay, I can at least go learn about Göbekli Tepe or something, because I was never aware of it until
fascinating.
Yeah, super cool.
There.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool, but then when it's like, well, ancient alien theorists believe, it's like, please, narrator, we're gonna stop right there. Like,
I feel like there's a lot of hand waving evidence that those guys do.
Well, right, and it's whatever, and it's just I hear it and I'm like, all right, okay. At that point, just take that thread and then run it with, all right, whatever, Dirinkuru or whatever, the underground city there in Turkey. That's pretty wild. You know, like as a kid, I had a big old book of ancient areas, so like Easter Island, and all like thinking about like the Polynesians, just basically, oh yeah, we're just gonna be in some boats, then just row throughout the Pacific. And you're like,
oh yeah,
these people are mad, cool but mad,
and they did it really well too.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
It's just really fascinating to think about all the the trouble they went through. Just everybody.
You gave me a book years ago when we were in school, and I think I might still have it upstairs. I could be wrong.
Beef.
I'm terrible about returning books. Anybody out there, do not lend me your book, because there's a good chance you will never get it back. But I will be upfront about it. But it had stories of like Mayan civilizations and like some of the crazy stuff they found in some of those Mayan pyramids and tombs.
Maybe
it was not a very big book. It was a pretty thin book, but I feel like you were the one that gave me that.
That's a possibility. I don't know. But
I'm trying to remember. There was one really wild story that blew my mind, and I thought about it a lot. I just cannot remember what it was. It was so long ago. But I remember you and I kind of gelled on some of that stuff when we were in high school. So
right. Yeah, no, that's my place. I remember one time you and Jared had came over, and Jared's like, man, you guys just so much interesting stuff. It's like, yeah, I am like that weird hermit goblin creature that just kind of collects all sorts of odd knickknacks.
Going to Taylor's house was like going to that one shop in Gremlins. You know, at the beginning of Gremlins. You're like, what the hell is that in the cage over there? I don't want to know what that is.
I know you were over it's been a couple months, but yeah, I don't think it's quite as bad now. I think it's
still fairly similar. You were pulling out some. Never mind.
You don't leave it there. That makes it worse. Like you're pulling out.
I don't want to get you in trouble with the Chinese government. So you know what I'm talking about now.
Oh you? Yeah. I forgot about it. You guys were like, "What?" It was like, "Hey, don't worry about it." I just waved it away as if it was nothing.
Don't tell China I have this. Like, cool. Should we be in this apartment right now?
Yeah, right.
Your social credit is plummeting right now.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was wild. And the wild part is you gave it to your friend's daughter, and you're like, "Here, use this as a prop in our game." And you're like, "Isn't this thing like hundreds of years old? What's going on?"
Well, so like when there was a place I went to in Mie Prefecture that I can't remember where they have like the ninja village and stuff. That's kind of their spiel.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. So there was a green tea shop there, and the place wasn't that big, but all along the wall it had all these different types of weapons and just memorabilia and stuff. So the guy let me hold a gun that was from like the 1500s. It's like a horse buster, kind of hand cannon sort of thing. And I'm holding this thing, and I'm like, this thing is older than my country. Why are you allowing me to handle this?
No, seriously, yeah.
Some
crazy American. You know us and guns.
Right.
Is this smart?
Yeah, and then he gave me a piece of candy that was from the Meiji period to just eat. He's like, here you go. Here. Oh, yeah. It tasted like smoking
I got like
ash.
500 of them in the back.
Yeah, right.
Fine.
It was like, it tasted like smoking ash. And I was like, this is
That's
interesting.
wild.
I didn't die from it. But,
Some good candy.
yeah, right. But, no, it was just kind of wild to have that sort of stuff there. And just going to see all the different, like, shrines and castles and temples and stuff there. So,
See, that's one thing I kind of regret, and it can still happen, is I never got to travel over to like England or Italy or somewhere where there's these thousands and thousands of years of history. You know what I mean? Like where you can go into a castle that's older than the country the country I live in, and a building older than I've ever stood in my life, and because that's got to be such a feeling, you know what I mean? Of like maybe like standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon a little bit, of putting perspective of how tiny we really are, what a speck we are in the history of the world and just the world at large. It's got to be just insane. Like, oh yeah, the battle here was fought in 1100. It's like, okay, it's like, that's crazy.
right.
You know?
Well, that's like Todaiji, like the biggest wooden structure. It had burned down and then rebuilt like a third of the size, and it's still massive. And you're like, it was originally built in like 832 or something like that. You're like, good lord,
that's crazy.
Right?
That's wild.
That or and there was the I lived near where the kiln was that they had used for the clay portions of the thing for the rooftop and stuff. It was pretty neat to see, but like that or like seeing like different types of statues and stuff. There's one, it's called like Sanju Sangendo, I think, where there's like 1,000 of the same kind of statue.
I've heard about this, yeah.
And it's, back in the day when I went, this was before smartphones and stuff. So, if you wanted to try to do photography, you'd have to actually whip out a camera and, take a picture and stuff. And they're like, no photographs and stuff. But it's seared in my brain. That's like one of those things.
Sure.
It's just creepy.
Drew's ready.
Yeah, right. But it's just creepy is about the best word I can describe for it, because it's just all of these statues. Yeah.
Unsettling,
Yeah. That are like the old buildings or castles where you'd go through the hallway that certain boards would purposely creak, as that was their alarm system.
Yeah, the Nightingale floors. I've heard of those. Yeah,
right.
You had to know where to step at a certain point.
Yeah,
I read a book about that, actually, a fiction book. It was called The Nightingale Floors.
Okay.
About a guy trying to sneak in to kill someone. Yeah. That was when I was a kid. That's like, I read there's a certain castle or temple in Japan that you can still see blood footprints. They're stained blood footprints from an event where a bunch of samurai were like, it was a last stand of samurai and they got killed, and like you can see the dark parts of their footprint still on the wooden floor.
Is that Himeji?
It might be.
I know they filmed not the recent iteration of it, but the original miniseries for Shogun.
That didn't surprise me. Yeah.
That was at Himeji Castle, but I don't know if the new one did that or not.
I think that sounds right, because it was some famous stand that happened there of like 100 samurais against a bunch of people, and they all got killed, but you can still see like the bloody footprints or parts of it in the floorboards of the castle, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what's the big castle in England where it used to be the prison?
Oh, like the Tower of London?
I think so. And they have that section where you can walk through and you can see all the torture implements and stuff they used to use back in the day.
It's like I'm good.
Yeah, if
not on this side of history on that one.
Yeah, the more morbid people out there probably already know there's some pretty dark torture methods out there in the
Yeah,
past.
right.
The brazen bull is a horrific one.
Yeah. Well, there's still the cage on the one place. I think it's in Germany where they had to do with Lutherans and stuff. I think in like the 1500s they took over a city, and then once they lost the city, the leaders were basically, they took like hot tongs and peeled skin off of them and stuff. Oh, you're like, oh, that is
Naturally.
yeah, as one does when you have pissed them off for months on end. Like, we are going to make you suffer. And it's like, oh god.
So, Drew, have you ever heard of the bronze bull? That torture method? I'm trying to remember where they did it. I don't think it was the Roman era. I think it was before that. But they had a big bull statue cast out of, I believe it was bronze, yeah. And it was empty it was hollow on the inside with a door. And they would put somebody in that, close the door, and they would put it over a fire.
Oh, it's another.
It would essentially cook them alive, and they had it holes in the nose and stuff. So, and they said one of the reasons they did it is because the person screaming inside, it emulated the sounds of a roaring bull. I was like, that's disgusting. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. Some of those old, what they used to do criminals and stuff is atrocious.
You know.
So there's a very dark side.
Sure. Dark bastard.
What were we going to say?
Oh, I mean, we need to bring back some methods. People need to be afraid to break the law again.
We need to get back into that.
You shouldn't be allowed to.
Weren't too bad.
Shouldn't be allowed to murder people by stabbing them on a train just because they're sitting there, or set people in a subway on fire, or all these things happen because we let it happen as a horrible society where we cater to mental illness and criminals, where law-abiding citizens have to be afraid every fucking day.
I think the biggest thing for me is if you mess with children, we've discussed this before.
Sure.
There's a 95-cent solution to that.
I was talking
price
to
keeps going up. Damn inflation.
I was talking to a guy today. So. There's a bill up for vote in Oregon where they're going to have taxpayers pay more money so they could fund putting litter boxes in the classrooms for the students who identify as cats. So that is the world that I live in, and I find it depressing.
I've also heard some of that's not true. So it's hard to say. So, like, that one I feel like might be a bridge too far.
But is it true?
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, look, they're spending millions of tax-paying dollars to put tampons in boys' bathroom because, my dick bleeds every month. So
you should get that
We've
looked at.
Told you to go to the doctors about that. Like,
you should get that looked at. That sounds like you have an STD and you need to go to the doctor.
Yeah. So let's get off this soapbox. So let's move on.
All right. Anybody else got anything they want to add about history?
Nope.
Have we beaten this bronze bull to death?
We beat that bronze bull to death. I hear people screaming.
All right, Drew. Let's kick this pig. Let's get into the second one.
All right. The top 3 for the week is, I had a much cooler topic, but these guys are...
Yeah, we're lazy. And
they're weak-minded.
You gave it to us 2 hours before
the show.
Oh man, I already had like 6 things. I was already whittling down.
You're an interesting person. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I don't have interesting encounters.
Anyways, we're gonna lighten the mood up. Oh my god, dude! When we circle back to this,
we will.
We're gonna have a great time. But
we will.
My top 3 for the week is going to be, what is your favorite 3 game consoles? And it could be handheld. If you want to do PC, fine, but PCs are just...
Yeah, I feel like PC's cheating a little.
It is kind of cheating.
I don't think we should be able to do a PC.
But handheld, console, cell phone doesn't count either because they suck. Don't play games anymore.
I hate playing games on cell phones, so it's definitely not on mine.
But in no particular order, I'll start us off, and I'm gonna say the Nintendo GameCube is in my top 3
That's
of
a good
favorite
one.
consoles of all
That is a
time.
good one.
If you go back and look at the library of GameCube games, it's phenomenal. And the controller, for as awkward as it is an amazing controller.
Yeah.
The Nintendo 64 controller could burn in hell where it belongs, but the GameCube controller is fantastic. And even the Wii waggle shit, that got old so fast.
It did. That was
so fast.
I felt like that was a gimmick. That felt very gimmicky. The Wii remote, or the Wiimote,
yes,
if you will.
So,
what did you think of the Dreamcast controller?
I enjoyed it, but I remember there being a smaller version of it. But I like that you could have a mini game with your memory card. I thought that was neat, but the mini games always sucked. They were
gimmick.
horrible. Yes,
Gimmick, just like the shake.
That's what he wanted you to get to. He was
No, I honestly was curious because a lot of people like the Dreamcast a lot, and I enjoyed mine.
it was a great. I mean, it was the first console to do online gameplay.
Yeah.
It
was a powerful little thing too. For
predates the Xbox. Yeah, had a
So-
built-in internet browser, search games on it. Really amazing graphics, just horribly marketed.
that, and I think what also killed that was the whole, you can just burn whatever games and play it on there. That kind of bit him in the ass real quick on that.
Yeah,
Plus,
it
I mean,
doesn't
this
go
is
real
on
far.
this is on the parade of, oh, hey, we've got the Sega Genesis. Oh, we've got the 32X. Oh, wait, no, we've also got the Sega CD. Oh, timeout. No, we've got the Sega Saturn. Oh, now we've got the like they had like
you forgot about
20 consoles in like a 4-year period.
You combine the awesome power of the Sega CD 32X.
Oh my god!
Next thing you know, you're
And all that could be yours for
$5,000
$1992, right? So
Yes.
you're paying
Yes.
a whole lot of money for that. So,
Yep. But Nintendo GameCube, that's my top tier.
what is your
solid
favorite
pick.
game for the GameCube? Only one.
Ooh.
You can only pick one. There can only be one.
Only be one.
God, between Mario, the Mario's on there. Mario Sunshine
I
was
already know
good. I'm gonna have to say
I already know
Resident
mine.
Evil 4.
That's a
Okay.
good pick. That's a good
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wind Waker.
Oh, great game.
Love Wind Waker.
Twilight. I
my
enjoyed
favorite
Twilight
Zelda
Princess. Yeah, Twilight Princess on there was great.
Yes, it was. Wind Waker I felt was better, but Twilight Princess, I enjoyed it. It was a lot better than Skyward Sword. I didn't even finish Skyward Sword, but Twilight Princess was a very good one. But Wind Waker, what a unique experience! It was just so much fun. So it was Zelda enough to be Zelda, but it was also very different, which I liked. So
Yeah. Cool.
I'd probably be basic bitch and go with Melee. I really enjoyed playing.
Smash.
I was
Yeah.
Smash Brothers.
I was never the biggest Smash guy, to be honest. I still am not.
Uh,
So I'd play it. I played it not a ton, but
I was
it was not my favorite.
fortunate, had enough fortitude. I don't know how to put it. They tried to wrangle me into being like, oh, like play this, learn how to wave dash and do all the stupid stuff so you can join in the whole tournament things. Like, boys, I have class to go to. I need to graduate. Like,
I will be playing Kirby again if you will leave me alone.
It's well, yeah, pretty much. And I thrash people with Kirby, so not
I'm
the
not
Melee
surprised.
one. No, but I love that's. Yeah. Anyways, okay, Drew, who you want next going there?
Ooh. Well, since Graham doesn't finish many games, we'll let him go last. So Taylor, you go.
Oh boy, I guess I'll throw out here the PSP. I really liked the PSP
Amazing.
just because it allowed for a lot of like the portability of it, but then also you could play a lot of the PS1 JRPGs that were being remade on that. Mind
Oh,
you, some
yeah.
of the art style was not so good,
A lot
but
of really good JRPGs that they put on the PSP.
yeah, so that was I really enjoyed that, and that was how I played. Series is still coming along, and I dropped off way long ago, but Legend of Heroes, when they were
Okay.
really, yeah, those I remember playing those on the PSP and really enjoying those and stuff. But yeah.
That's what I played Grand Theft Auto Vice City on.
Oh
was a
my
PSP.
god,
I enjoyed it. I spent a lot of time just driving around listening to the 80s music, honestly.
Okay,
So
all right.
it was great radio in that game.
PSP also had one of the best Metal Gear games with Peace Walker.
Peace
love
Walker was
Peace Walker.
so good.
Yeah, Drew talks about that all the time.
Peace Walker, Portable Ops. I just
Portable
didn't like
Ops
the
was really
acid.
fun.
I didn't like the acids.
The card style wasn't. Yeah, it didn't really do it. But like,
But yeah,
Portable Ops was great. I love the music for like the music for Peace Walker. I remember listening to it on a train ride somewhere, and I had not played through it yet. I had just gotten the soundtrack, and I was just kind of sitting there, and all of a sudden, I'm like, this is intense. What the fuck am I doing? Why am I listening to it? Like, this is.
yeah.
And it's like, okay, all right, but yeah.
It's a good one though. It's a great.
Yeah.
PlayStation had great handhelds. I really feel like they let the Vita die. Again, it went back to that back touchscreen was no one wants it.
No, but
I want buttons.
Yep.
Need that tactile feedback.
So weird.
All right. Mine's in no particular order either. I like all these probably just about the same. I'm gonna have to start with, and screw you, Drew, the Nintendo 64. Once you got good with that controller, it was an extension of your body. Okay.
Drew, he
Maybe
just likes having
you
3
just
dongles to play with.
That's fine. Yeah, you got
he just.
the more protuberances, the better.
Nope. I bought the Mad Catz controller that made it feel more like a normal controller, and that's when the console was better.
Dude, I was a master of the Trident. Okay.
The Trident.
No, I played some of my favorite games of all time on that. Ocarina. I played Ocarina. Loved that game. I still to this
Great
day.
game, Taylor. Right? Great.
Is my
game.
still my favorite Zelda.
I don't
game.
remember. I don't know if Graham remembers this. There was a huge argument between him, Lincoln, and myself. Maybe
It does
somebody
not
else was
surprise me.
involved.
I don't
about
remember it, but it doesn't surprise me.
Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past, because A Link to the Past is that much better than Ocarina of Time.
Incorrect.
Incorrect yourself there.
We're not gonna have the argument today.
We're having this argument now.
We're not having it right now. We need to get
Because
this
Majora's
episode-
Mask's better than Ocarina of Time, anyways.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
It's
is.
damn close. And it's a great game.
It's not even damn
Incredibly
close.
good game.
Ocarina of Time is
is.
boring.
All right, so
Twilight
hey,
Princess is...
my second favorite console.
Hold on, I'm not done talking about the N64, so shut up. All right,
Let's have it.
all right. Banjo-Kazooie was on there. Incredibly
game.
good game.
It's a great game.
Mario 64, awesome, great game. There's so many good games.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conker's Bad Fur
Dude,
Day
I
is
love
pretty good.
Me
What's
and my
the
cousin Nick
giant
played
singing
that so
poo.
much. Oh yeah. I think that game turned a lot of people into furries, to be honest with you.
Oh God! Now see, I love
Oh, Lord.
GoldenEye, right? But Perfect Dark was
I was
like,
just getting ready to say
Perfect
GoldenEye,
Dark
but
was
it
a
doesn't-
step above in graphic.
I never got to play Perfect Dark.
I never
I mean,
finished
I've heard
it, but
it's
it was great.
really good. No, there were just some super iconic games on the 64. You have to admit that there really were.
All 10 of them.
Okay, bud.
And
Alright.
you didn't even mention like the best racing game on there either.
Which was?
Which
Diddy.
race? Oh,
Diddy
God.
Kong's
I
Racing.
love
You
the-
are not
I-
wrong. You are not wrong.
Yeah, you damn right I ain't wrong.
I love Wave Race 64. That game.
Okay,
I thought
yeah,
the water
Wave-
was- I thought the water.
Oh,
was
yeah, yeah.
beautiful.
But I'll be honest, I spent hours just flying around in like the
Pilot
map
wings.
area of Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh.
And Diddy Kong Racing. I'd get Diddy and put him in that plane. Man, him and I would just twirl.
I want to give a
Over
quick
and over
shout
and over.
out to say Nintendo Power, go fuck yourself, because I bought that useless ass game Pilot Wings, and that was a waste of money.
Dude, I played the Super Nintendo version of that a lot. Pilot
Okay.
Wings. I
Man,
played that one a lot.
yeah.
I sucked at it. I was terrible at it.
I was waiting for
it's
something
fine.
to have combat with, and I'm like, well, this is dumb.
So I'll tell
Where are
you
the
one
dog fights? Yeah, that's why I play
one
Star
that-
Fox instead.
might have made your guys' list. Yeah, Star Fox 64 was incredible.
It was a great game.
Star Fox, speaking of, almost put the SNES on my list, but it did not. So
Mhm.
it might be on one of your guys's, but that game by itself almost put it on my list because I'm the biggest Star Fox fanboy. I love Star Fox, and 64 totally lived up to the expectation. So All right, I'll get off my my milk crate now. So, Drew.
So my next is gonna be the Sony PlayStation 3.
That's a great console.
I
It almost
just-
made the list too.
Oh, so Taylor's shrugging. It tells you that he's wrong. But I mean,
It is,
90%
I thought you were gonna go 1, so you zagged when I thought you were gonna zig.
well,
So
so I love
One
one
is
for
really
all the
good, too.
RPGs and things, right? I think really one brought a lot of mainstream things, but man, when I go like PlayStation 3 was a console for me that brought like that movie quality style game. Like Uncharted is by far my favorite series of games.
It's a good series.
I love it. I beat all of them multiple times, even the one for the Vita, Golden Abyss. Yeah, I'm climbing the rope with my back fingers, you know. Actually, it's these fingers. Sorry, just climbing away. But I mean, then the Swan Song with The Last of Us. Oh my gosh, man!
Yeah, the last
Naughty
one was
Dog.
incredible.
Naughty Dog was on fire during the
Yes, they were.
PlayStation 3 days. It just Metal Gear Solid 4. I can't speak enough. That's up there with my top favorite games of all time. Old
tell you
Snake,
what.
something about him. Old Snake.
that whole last fight with him and Ocelot, it's just
Oh yeah.
it's so stupid. It's so good.
Graham, you can bench slap him later for me. Thank you.
I'll tell you what. The just hearing all of these makes me realize how hard this list really is, because like the PS1, the PS3, all I could put on my list. Honestly, there's so many of them.
And
They're
the
great.
PS3, what was the Xbox 360 era, brought us the phenomenal lobbies of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
For sure.
Where
For sure.
Oh, I didn't. That was
our
that.
boot camp.
I
oh man.
only got to experience that a little bit because that was kind of when I was bouncing to and from and studying in Japan and then finishing up at school and stuff. And I remember coming back and playing 2 and getting really good at that. And then what was the one mode where it was like really like you didn't have any of the radar or anything like that. It was all stripped down and
I know what you're talking
hardcore
about.
mode.
yeah, something like that. I loved playing that. That and like I would get pretty stupid where I'd regularly get like 20 kill death ratio of like 22-1 or something like that. And I'm like, I need to stop playing this now.
My favorite mode, and it still kind of is to this day, is gun game, where everybody starts with like a pistol and you have to cycle up through the different types of guns as you get a kill. And if you get hit with a knife, you go down a gun, and whoever gets all the way to the knife and gets the last kill with the knife is the winner. It was like a free for all.
Okay.
You weren't on teams. Gun game was my jam. I love gun game. So
Taylor.
The PS3.
Number 2.
All right, me. I will shower my love for the Super Nintendo. I love the Super Nintendo. Oh
know
yeah,
You have to love the Super Nintendo.
that was
for sure.
that was for me the wonder of playing games as a kid. That went from okay, you playing them as a kid, and then a little bit older, it's like oh okay, this works out. So I Link to the Past mentioned that earlier. That
Chrono
certainly
Trigger
did it. Super
can't talk
Chrono
about
Trigger.
that enough.
I didn't play Chrono Trigger until much later, but
Me either.
I
I
did
was an
eventually.
adult.
Like it. But Super Metroid. That was
I
the
never
one
played
big.
Super Metroid, really.
Which
I was
is
never
kind
a
of
big Metroid guy.
It was kind of surprising, seeing how it is heavily influenced by Alien there to a degree.
You're not wrong. I don't like that. I don't like the play style there. That Metroidvania style. I always liked it with Castlevania. But
Yeah, and I
for some
hate
reason did not like Metroid.
it. Just bothers me, but that's because I like the old Castlevania games.
I know
But
you do.
yeah, Super Metroid, Yoshi's Island. I love Yoshi's Island. That
Wow.
I
game.
never got to play that.
It's so there's one level in like the first world I could just sit there and laugh at that. It's called Touch Fuzzy Get Dizzy. And there's these fuzzies, you touch them and you start like kind of wobbling around, but then if Yoshi tries to eat them, he'll eat it, but then he just farts. And I could just oh yeah, as one does. Yeah, so those that I'm trying to think of
Oh, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong Country,
Donkey Kong
yeah.
2,
All three of
all
them.
of those were great. I played a bunch of those.
Mm.
You know, one dumb game that I played a lot was Mario Paint.
Okay.
Oh,
I played so
I
much
like the
Mario
spatula,
Paint.
or not the spatula, the fly swatter game.
The fly swatter.
Fly Swatter. Oh, yeah.
Take
I
that,
played
you
a
son
lot
of
of
a
Mario Paint.
bitch.
Such a dumb game, but I played a ton of it.
And then there's some like JRPGs and stuff, or just RPGs. There was a version of Shadowrun on it that I absolutely loved. And then the RPGs that as I got older that I got to play that didn't make it over from Japan, like Rudra no Hiho or Treasures of the Rudra, which you basically make your own magic spells. And you can kind of find mantras through like the prefix or the suffix of a word to be like, okay, you can make them really strong in either a singular fire spell or a group fire spell, or you can just make the hot dog spell and it's a fire spell anyways, but it uses more MP and stuff, but it like goes through a bunch of different storylines and stuff.
It's a little too cerebral for American audiences.
No, I didn't think it was. It was much less about the brain power and much more about this is going to be a pain to try to translate and program out and stuff. Yeah. So fantastic music. The guy who did the music for Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, Ryuji Sasai, he did the music for Rudra no Hiho. Great stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, the Super Nintendo.
Great console.
You, Graham.
So I was also trying to throw a little variety into mine as well. So I would have to say my next one is the DS. I thought it was a great. So here's the problem. I don't know if I'm confusing the DS. A lot of times I feel like I'm confusing the DS with the Game Boy Advance. So I think I'm kind of going to cheat a little and do both of them because both of them had games I really loved and I thought they were both great portable consoles. But the DS is the one I remember playing a lot with the stylus and everything. Played a lot of, as dumb as it sounds, I played a ton of Professor Layton games. You guys ever played those?
No.
They were like mystery solving games.
Okay, yeah.
Puzzle games. They were a lot of fun. Brittany and I, what I love about it is Brittany and I used to play them together a lot. Like sitting next to each other, trying to help solve the puzzles or whatever. That was really nice. That was like when we first I want to say we were getting close to getting married around that era. But also, and this is why I think maybe I'm also thinking the Game Boy Advance as well, is Golden Sun, the RPG Golden Sun. I think that was on the Advanced. I absolutely loved that game. So the DS, I just thought, the Advance and the DS, I just think were great handhelds. They had fun games. They were easy to carry around. They were small, very portable, pretty hardy systems as well. So just to add some variety to my list, I would have to say the DS is definitely up there. DS and the Game Boy Advance. So
I think it also helps that to conflate the two is that the SP version of the Advance was a clamshell version.
I love the SP. I loved the SP.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the other confusion I get is, didn't the DS also have an advanced cartridge port? And you could play DS games and advanced games?
I think so. That sounds
that's
right.
where
The Advance could let you play Game Boy and Game Boy Color games.
Right.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure the DS had a DS slot and a advanced slot. Because I remember playing advanced games on it. It just would shut off. I think it would just shut off the lower screen, the touch screen. So.
Well, it depended on it. Either do that or it would shut it off on the top screen. I think there was an option for it.
Whichever, yeah. So I think that's where my confusion lies because I did play Game Boy Advance games on the DS. So because I remember playing some of the Castlevanias, the advanced Castlevania games, Circle of the Moon, and
Great
some
game.
of those on the DS.
I would say I remember Drew playing those in high school and
here.
showing us that.
That's a great memory because I remember
Harmony of the Moon, Harmony Dissonance, Circle of the Moon. Yep. Yeah, two great ones.
All right, because I remember we used to, as a group, sit there and play them because I remember playing them with Drew. He's the one that got me into them. So
I remember being sent to the principal's office and playing with Miss Wyckoff several times.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, DS Game Boy Advance. I feel like I feel better about cheating there because it did have that port. So,
yeah. All right, so I'll kick off my third and final, and I'm going to go back to PlayStation, and I'm going to say the PS Vita.
I never had a Vita.
After the first year or so of games, they really stopped doing a lot of the gimmicky shit with the back of the screen, and a lot of like the cases you could play to make it more comfortable to hold, kind of covered up part of it so you weren't errantly hitting it. But dude, the Vita was I had so many games for the Vita. I had so many PS1 games I'd play on the Vita. But just, you know, the graphics on a handheld at the time were amazing. You had online connectivity. The dual thumbsticks really brought in kind of a modern, you know, era of gaming portably. And I love the library. They had Killzone, which I thought was... I love the games. I never played all of them, but I loved Killzone. Just dark, gritty.
I remember Killzone.
They had a Call of Duty game on there that was horrible, but it was horribly fun. I remember that. But just so many, like, indie games really, to me, made that Vita shine, dude. I can't remember all the names of them, but, like, I probably had 50 games on there. And then they started bringing, like, Persona 4 Golden.
Oh, yeah.
I never had the time to finish it, but I loved it. But that was also when I traveled a lot for work. So that's where I played Peace Walker, was on the Vita, actually. I'd do that on planes. I'd do that in the hotels I was staying in all the time. And that was like, I was sad the day it died here in Texas. It was a sad day.
I remember playing yours a little bit when you had yours, but I never had my own. So
it was
I remember you were in love with that thing.
Yeah,
so.
It was beautiful. Then like when they started having PS4 connectivity, like, you know, I played Destiny a lot. Thank God I don't play that damn thing anymore. But like when that item was released and I'm out of town working, like I could literally remote in with my Vita and go over and get that vendor item that was like God tier weapon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. It was a great console. Beautiful to watch movies on because I had the OLED version, so movies were beautiful to watch on it. So
I remember that. Oh yeah, I do remember that. Didn't they use UHD cartridges?
No, it was a
like
that was the PSP.
Okay.
That was the Vita used.
That was the UMD UMD was the PSP.
Like okay.
The Vita had cartridges very similar to the Switch, and then movies were all downloaded from the
really?
PlayStation Store. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it had like that internalized disc thing too.
No.
Okay.
No, that was just the PSP.
PSP, and dude, the PSP was high up on my list too because I played a crap ton of games for it.
I had the Legend of Drunken Masters Jackie Chan film on the UMD PSP that slapped that in there. It was the only way I could find it. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna just...
That's pretty awesome.
If you hold it up this close to your face, it looks like a big screen TV.
Oh, gracious.
But yeah,
right.
I could have said Game Boy just as easy. Anything, the original Game Boy was great. The Game Boy Advance was great. I never owned a color. I skipped color. And then what was the last big one?
Did you ever have the Pocket?
No.
I never had a Pocket, no.
I had the Game Boy Advance. No, the Game Boy 3DS XL.
I never had that one.
It was
had it, but I never.
It was beautiful. I wish I'd have gotten the new Nintendo 3DS XL because I really wanted to play Xeno Saga.
No, Xenoblade.
Xenogears. Xenoblade. No, I don't think it was Blade, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think Xenogears was only ever released on
No,
PS1.
it wasn't Xenogears. I thought it was Xeno Saga.
Saga was only on the PS2. Yeah. No, yeah, they've decided that they didn't want to revisit it except for as... Yeah, we'll just leave it alone.
Do you know how much money I think they would make if they would release, and even if not a remaster, just release it again on current systems?
Yeah, it was Xenoblade. It was Xenoblade Chronicles. Good call, Taylor.
Yeah, do you know how much money I think they would make if they would re-release on a current console Xenogears?
Well, they have the they do release it through like the PlayStation Store and stuff. You can play it that way and download it.
It's on there.
Yeah, I thought
yeah,
it was. I have it on my Vita from that.
Yeah, it's a PS1 classic.
Yeah.
So it was definitely. I owned it. I had that Silent Hill.
You have Xenogears on there?
Yes.
I got it on my Vita. I have to plug it in, but I can totally.
You bastard! You still have one. Mine died.
Well, it might be dead. It hasn't been plugged in a while. It's probably crying, right?
I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at my PlayStation Store, and I do not see it.
You had, well, I don't know if they still do it. They had it for sure, and I don't know if you had to sideload it on the Vita or not, but you could get it on the Vita. Just like you could get Peace Walker, but you had to sideload it, and it was a legal method. You just couldn't like download it straight from the store. You had to go to the console and copy it over to the Vita, and then you could launch it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they like put it back on the PlayStation Store where you could just buy it and download
you'd have to do a re-release, like Lunar: The Silver Star Story Complete for the PS1. One of my favorite games.
I want to see. I want to know what kind of sales that's doing because I've been thinking about picking that.
I loved it. I loved it. This is a great game.
I remember you lent it to me. I'm pretty sure I gave it that back.
You did.
Sure
I sold it.
I sold it. They're not either.
Yeah.
So
knock on the door here.
Hunted me down.
We talked about that in an episode though. Like that was when I was moving to Ohio. I really tried to help my parents move, and my dad drove me around to like 4 game stores trying to find that damn thing. So that one was sentimental, and then I sold it on eBay for money.
There you go.
I got older.
That's why it's sentimental here.
It is. It's in there.
Instead of
I'm
collecting
like
dust.
98% sure I'm going to pick up that re-release on the store. I'm
Do
just
it.
waiting for a sale. So
Do
I
it.
just want to get it on a sale. I hate paying full price for games now. That's the last one I did is Ghost of Yotai that just released, and that's only because I beat Ghost of Tsushima 3 times.
Oof.
And so far, it has been proving out to be a very good game. I need to finish it. I'm not super far into it. I need to finish it. But yeah, I beat Ghost of Tsushima like 3 times. So I was like, I have to get this game. So
Taylor, let's get your number 3.
My number 3 is the, as the old folks say, the regular Nintendo. I love the NES. I never called it the NES. It was either the NES or it was the regular Nintendo.
It's the NES. It's not the NES.
So, but that is what I grew up playing, and I played the ever living hell out of that from like the original Final Fantasy. Just the wonderful memories of that. Double Dragon 2: The Revenge. Such a great fighting game.
I love
beat 'em
Double
up,
Dragon.
I should say.
Love the Double Dragons.
Double Dragon, Battletoads. Oh yeah, I love those.
Was it the SNES that had Streets of Rage? Just
Streets of Rage was the Genesis.
Was it?
Yeah, that was Genesis. But the first 2 had such great soundtracks. So, but yeah, just that, just playing the old NES and just like the style of it. I like the Super Nintendo had this as well, but the once you started getting into either like faux orchestral or faux instruments like FAUX, like when you were able to start replicating orchestral performances and stuff, the music changes. Not fully, but a lot of times because they're filling it out with so many other things, the melody starts to skew back, and I really like melody. So with those old systems, that's kind of what they had to ping off of. It's like, hey, this is going to be an earworm melody that you are going to hear for 30 hours, 30-second loops. So it better be good, because if it ain't good, you're just not going to want to play it. So, or just mute the TV or something. But no, I love the NES.
It's funny you said that because it made me think. I picked up College Football 25 when it came out on the PS5, and the menu is just a marching band on a loop. It's one marching band song over and over and over. Mm-hmm. The second day I played it, I went in and turned the menu music volume completely off. To where now, when I'm in the menu, it's silent. It got so irritating. I was like, okay, I can't. Like, if they constantly just like cycled through fight songs, I think that'd be super cool. Yeah. But it was just this one marching band cycle over and over and over. And even Brittany was like, "Is this all there is?
This
is all you get."
I was like, yeah, this is it.
The game for the NES that stands out to me was Track and Field, where you had that horrible track pad.
That
pad? My God. The memories of
just
doing that was
getting behind it.
Oh no, we
Oh,
did
yeah.
it legit, son. We did it legit in my house, and dude,
I was
got
like
I had my parents doing
6.
it. Graham, imagine
You know,
my dad
my-
with little fucking legs, just
No, I can't.
it was great.
Yeah.
That's,
I had it recorded
the
on
NES
8mm.
That's cool. That's the NES is not one of my favorite consoles, but it has tremendous sentimental value. Because like you, that's what I grew up on. I remember sitting watching my stepdad play Zelda.
Okay.
Which was when I really started to get into games. Played a lot of Excite Bike. A lot of Excite Bike.
That was fun.
Contra, Castlevania.
John
one I played
Elway
'cause-
football and play as Bo Jackson.
One I played a ton, which I don't know if you guys ever played this or not, and it was because my grandma had it and she played it a lot. So I started playing it after her, was Fire and Ice. Did you guys ever
Oh,
play Fire
yeah, I
and
love that
Ice?
game. Yeah.
Fire and Ice was so much fun.
It's technically a sequel to Solomon's Key, which is insane because Solomon's Key is a
is it
bullshittingly difficult. Yeah. Dana, the character. Yeah, it's him. It's the same character. Just
Oh, cool.
I loved RoboCop for the NES. That game was just so
played
cool
it.
looking. It was great. Also, Tetris.
I've heard the new one.
The Tetris on there was fantastic.
Oh, Tetris. Dr. Mario. Played a ton
Dr.
of
Mario.
Dr. Mario.
yeah.
Apparently the new RoboCop, which I have it because it gave it out for free as a PS Plus game. Apparently the new RoboCop is supposed to be really, really good.
Oh, is that Rogue
Well,
City or
here-
something?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So
Dude,
yeah.
blast evildoers' dicks off. Is that...
Oh my god.
I've heard it's pretty brutal. I've heard it's pretty brutal.
Okay.
No, the NES is incredibly sentimental. So for
Yeah,
sure.
Fire and Ice. That's a sneak. That or Adventures of Lolo. I loved playing that.
I never played that one.
That was-
so.
What was the boy in his blob? That was
Okay,
That was
yeah.
That was
I remember
I
that.
could never beat half the games on the Nintendo. But I remember Boy in his blob was neat because you're like, all right, what do I want my blob to be? A rocket ship,
Right.
and you had to keep changing them to solve the puzzles. It was really neat.
I think they made a sequel or a remake or something like that. Probably about 10 years ago now, but I thought
Sorry. Slightly off tangent. I cannot believe we talked about the SNES and I did not bring up Earthbound. Did you guys ever play Earthbound?
No. You do not get to bring up Earthbound if you've not beaten Chrono Trigger. I'm sorry.
No, dudes. No, I love
Earthbound is dog shit, and I'll say that I hate
You-
Earthbound.
You are an idiot. say
I
this as
am
lovingly
a
as I can. You
spiteful,
are
angry
a
little
moron.
man, and I don't
You are a
care.
moron.
I hate that game so much.
Earthbound is incredible.
It's incredibly stupid.
I want Ness to hit you with his bat. So
Whatever. Oh.
I loved Earthbound.
I mean, I love the final boss theme. The final boss theme is pretty bitchin', but
See,
I
you
hate
only
that
choose
game.
games on music. Get out of here.
Well,
Get away
that
from
is
me.
true. That is actually a big thing. Like as
Trust
I've
me,
gotten
I know it
older,
is.
it is all about whether I like the
What's-
music or not. And,
I'm like, hey Taylor, I think you'd like this game. What's the soundtrack like?
you know,
I don't know. It's cool,
yeah.
I guess.
The other thing is with the regular Nintendo, you know what else was just also fantastic? I didn't even mention it's the Blue Bomber. I love my Mega Man games.
Mega Man was great.
Yeah.
Mega Man was
wrong.
fantastic.
Sorry.
It's also on the Super Nintendo. But yeah, I'm sorry.
That side tangent was worth it just for that reaction.
Yeah,
So.
that was good.
I hate
Burns.
that game. I remember. I'm trying to remember who was it Bill with Travis? They let me borrow it when I went to BG. What's his last name? Bogans. He was like
Yeah, I
a
know
year
who
or two
you're talking
behind. Yeah. He let me borrow it, and I played it for like about 45 minutes, and I was like, I hate everything
You got to
about
get through
this game.
You got to get through that.
I
It's a great
watched
game.
somebody play it. I watched somebody play through and did the
Whatever.
whole thing with Starman to get the super duper drop. That's like a 0.49% drop. The game is not interesting to me. It is like the item inventory problems with it. No.
I remember the one time I was wrong too, Taylor. It's okay.
Well, it's one time. I mean, this is like did you just like remember things from like the last hour?
So my third one is and I will fully admit this is a bit of a bougie recency bias pick. It's got to be the PS5. I love my PS5. I'm having a ton of fun with it.
Record
Here
it
we
to
go.
send it to
Just shut
Sony
up.
because I don't
Just
think
shut up.
anybody's ever
Shut
said
up.
that in the history forever.
Just shut up. There's some great PS5 games. It can play the full catalog of PS4 games. like I said, there's some recency bias because it's what I'm playing the most right now, and I have like 500 games in my library because of PS Plus, and the full, mostly because of the PS4 catalog. Plus, I've been like several years getting 3 free games a month through PS Plus, so there's more games on there than I'll ever play. But I think they finally got the controller like perfected. It's a great controller. It could honestly, there's one downside. It's a little smooth. They could put a little more grit on the sides of it so it wouldn't slip so easy out of your hand. But I love the PS5, and you can be doubters, you can be naysayers. I don't care. Whatever, Taylor.
I'm sure it's
I
great.
haven't owned a PlayStation since the PS3,
live in the past,
so
dude. Just live in the past. You just stay with your Super Famicom and just be happy.
I will.
So
my PS4 is still
PS5 is a
hooked
great
up
console.
just for the Blu-ray
Yeah.
player. Just for the
Well, and
Blu-ray
that's the other-
player.
That's the other thing. If you really want to get a 4K, it's about the same. It's a maybe maybe not now, but a couple years ago it was about the same cost, if not maybe a little cheaper than just a tiny bit more expensive than a 4K. Just 4K player, which are still stupidly expensive.
And
So,
I think that's what PlayStation did really well too. Is like they Blu-ray was theirs, right? They brought that to market and they put the PS4 in line so that you just bought the PS4 for the fucking Blu-ray player. That's like the PS2 played DVDs. So everybody bought a PS2 because I could have games and a DVD player.
oh yeah, I watched a ton of DVDs on my PS2, and a ton of Blu-rays on my PS4.
PS3 and PS4.
Well, and that's like people will go out and buy the ones without the disc tray.
Dumbass.
Absolutely not. Yeah, it's got to have the disc tray. So, Drew, I honestly think you should get a PS5. Especially if your PS4 is still hooked up, you could just do it all on the PS5.
I'm never going to sit down and play those games anymore. If anything, I'm going to want to go back. Like, I'm still enjoying the Switch for the little bit I do play games because I like that I can take
The
it.
Switch is a good console.
I can take it to the bedroom. I can take it to the shitter like anybody normally takes their portable game consoles.
Personally, I think the Switch 2 is the biggest ripoff of money ever.
Oh, I won't buy. I'm not going to buy it.
They're charging people almost full price to pick up Switch games on the Switch 2. It's insane.
Nintendo, they're Nazi assholes.
They're incredibly greedy.
When you buy Mario Brothers on the Nintendo, whatever the fucking store is called, you should own that forever. I shouldn't have to fucking buy Mario every new console. Like, give me a break. Who doesn't want to go back and play Mario 1? But I gotta spend $5-10 every time you release a new console. Kiss my ass.
Unfortunately, the whole gaming industry is going that way. The way they're phrasing it now is because so many people buy digital, which most of mine is digital now. They're saying that you're not buying the game; you're buying a license to access the game, and they can revoke it at any time for any reason. And there's been a lot of talk in the game industry and over in Europe. There's been a big pushback on it, and I think it's starting to come over here a little. Of like, no, you can't do that. You know, we're buying a good, not a service with this. And because I believe I was reading that they're like, well, when you have to fill out the 15 different things you have to sign to play a game nowadays, it's incredibly stupid.
I don't know any of that.
Terms and services you have to agree to. It's stupid.
Do you remember
laughs
when
in Super Famicom?
I'm gonna throw out some Nintendo love here. Do you remember how everything up through the GameCube and even the Wii, for that matter, you bought a polished, working game?
Oh yeah, for sure. There was no beta. You weren't
Nintendo
getting something
seal
that was
of
getting updated
quality.
and patched. But no, so they're saying, well, when you sign all those terms and agreements, you're agreeing to it. They're 32 pages long, and it's all legalese language.
Yeah.
I've heard in the United States, there's courts that have already ruled, like, we cannot expect people to read these. You cannot hold people to these because you have to be a lawyer to read them. And nobody's reading these, and we know that. Look at what Apple makes you sign. So I think the courts are siding more with the consumers because it's gotten so out of hand. and we'll see kind of where things go. But there's a big push. Even the guy that owns Ubisoft, in a stockholder meeting, he's on record saying gamers have to get used to the idea of not owning their games. They don't own these games. They're accessing them for a fee.
Yeah.
And people are like frothing at the mouth over it. Like, no, I spent $60 to $70 now.
What is it, like $80 now?
Oh yeah, I've seen games that are going for over $100 on the store all the time. So we'll see where things go.
And virtual game costing over $100. That better be
stupid.
like lifetime. What do you call that? DS? No, what's the content when you download it? Future downloadable content. DLC? Downloadable content. Yeah.
A lot of it is the deluxe editions that have that. I'll tell you what. There's some like you were talking about the Trails games, Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
There's some of those that are like $130.
Oh yeah,
it's outrageous. I was like, "What are you doing, Japan? I don't want to play it that bad."
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm good.
But
all right, well, let's end this shit. It's time for bed.
Yeah, it's past our bedtime, sir.
All right, everybody. We're still going to post our social media stuff down in the bottom in the description. So be sure to check us out, share with your friends, do all the happy horse poo. And we will see you on the next live stream. We're doing these usually Tuesday nights around 9 o'clock. So see you then.
Peace.
Bye.
Toodles.
Toodles. Love it.
Welcome to Life Around 40, where we dive into history. Today we're counting down our top 3 gaming consoles. Back in '83, a legend came alive. Nintendo's NES brought Mario to our lives. Atari's glow in the corner of the room, blowing on cartridges, chasing afternoons. Sega joined the race, Blue Blur on the run. Genesis roared loud, Sonic had his fun. These giants of our youth shaped the games we played, memories of pixels that will never fade. Here's to history. Here's to every high score. Life around 40, we're gaming evermore. Top 3 consoles that defined our youth.